Hello, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another powerful, life-changing edition of Talk with the Missus. We're glad that you're here. We're excited to be here. We believe that God has something very special for us today. And, how do you feel about today's show?
I'm happy. I'm really excited. And I'm so happy because I'm here with you. Well, you, obviously. And you are lovely and wonderful audience. You guys are so amazing. And I'm sure you know what we're going to say next. If you can share the broadcast, invite a friend. Just do all the different things that you can do to get people on board, because you just never ever know whose life, whose home, whose marriage that you are, through that sharing, imparting, renewing, re-energizing, increasing, revitalizing. I'm thinking all the re's.
all the zim.
Yeah, but so you just never know. So please do share and share to as many people as you can.
Great. And as we welcome you, we just want to acknowledge those of you who have indicated you are on board. Sean Johnson, we welcome you. Mamun Gozu Naram.
Hello,
Chiwe Wanki. Please, in the comment section, just let us know that you are live with us so we can acknowledge your presence. This is going to be, as it's always been on Talk with the Missus, a blessed time, and also, a global conversation, because the conversation that we have with you, and it's not just one that we just talk to you. We have a conversation between ourselves, and I think between you and us
and everyone else,
we are able to find answers and solutions and re-answers, because we're practical on this Talk with the Missus show. So we'll welcome all of you. I see Mommy Emily, we see Mwingi. Please, we encourage everyone to share to Facebook, copy the YouTube link and send out, and just get as many people as possible in. Mwingi said, looking beautiful, Sister Chioma.
Thank you.
Isn't that lovely?
Sister Mwingi.
Nobody has said I'm looking handsome.
You're looking handsome, Pastor. I think maybe they think, I don't know, can I say that to Pastor?
Bless you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're glad to have all of you on board. And today is going to be a really blessed and wonderful conversation. So, get as many people as possible involved. Our topic of discussion today is, how do you plan for it? How do you plan for it? And it's a topic that we think, speaks to everybody. Speaks to the married, to the unmarried, and just, generally everybody. How do you actually plan for it? So whether it be planning for those who are yet to be married, planning for their marriage, for those who are already married, planning for things within the marriage, whether it be finances, or it be children, and just everything. How do you plan for it? So I think that is one discussion that will be of great benefit to everyone who is part of it. So please, we'd like you to just, if you like, we want you to share and get others in, and the Lord bless you as you do that. Okay, Mwingi is saying, you're looking dapper too, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Isn't that good? Yeah. At least now I feel like somebody remembered me.
You'll never forget.
I know. I'm just joking. Sister Toraya, God bless you. Good evening. We love you. We're glad that you are on. The Lord bless you richly. All right, so we will begin the conversation. I think we'll start with, planning, the importance of planning. And maybe you have a say on
planning?
Yeah.
Just generally?
Generally, yeah.
Where do I start? I'm somebody that absolutely adore and love planning. I always feel that you cannot do too much when it comes to planning. I think you just know that I just enjoy it. I feel that if I don't plan, I'm not able to achieve as much as I desired to.
Okay.
The reason being, if I'm just going by head knowledge, I will forget some things.
Yeah,
you know,
it's true.
I would miss some things. Maybe some steps would not be done. The thing, even the priority of how things should be done and approached, I probably get it wrong because again, I've forgotten something. So I just generally, I love to plan. Like I have to-do lists. My ideal day is having a to-do list and seeing the things getting ticked off the to-do list, because I feel as if I've achieved something. So it gives you a sense of achievement as well, that you've actually accomplished a task that you intended to do. So I really love planning. To the point that I'm trying slowly to imbibe that even to my children, in the sense that when they come back from, well, not when they come back from school, but just they have timetables, and their ages are 11, 8 and 4. But they have timetables and they know what they're meant to be doing, and they try to achieve those. So obviously they're children, so they're not going to 100% stick to it. But I feel that the structure helps them to be aware of their use of time. So I feel planning helps you to, like I said at the beginning, to accomplish more, because you've written things down and you've intentionally tried to achieve those things.
So we've had the saying, planning is winning. He who fails to plan to fail. So really, I think the importance of planning is important. While you were speaking, the question that's coming to my mind, which I think I'd like people to contribute, is what is the impact on a family, where the what do you call it now? The impact on a family, and maybe the women will probably be able to speak into this more, where you're living with a man that seems not to have a plan. I don't know if you get what I mean. So you're in a family, and the head of your home, which is the father of the house, you don't really know what is the plan. Where's this family heading? So whether you be the wife or you be a child in the home, because the lack of a structure or a plan of, okay, this is where we are going as a family. This is how. I think planning is the how, because many times people know what they want to achieve, what they want to achieve, but the how is not clear to anybody. So maybe you hear somebody say, oh, one day we are going to own a property of our own. One day we are going to become millionaires. Or one day, our children will be able to go to private school. One day never ends. But how? What is what is our plan to get there? That everybody can understand that, okay, the reason we are doing this as a family is because it adds to getting us there. So what is it like when you're, because I think, I'm not saying that's the only place where plans should come from, but I think that, leadership is key in planning. So in that regard, the father of a home, should be able to have a plan that correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that the father of a home should be able to have a plan that every member of the family can plug into. So my question now is, what is it like for a woman, for a daughter, for a son to be in a home, living in a home with a father or a husband that seem not to have a plan, or you don't even know where their plan exists?
Yeah.
What is it
What
like?
is it
Well,
like?
I would like to hear comments from people. I'd like to hear also from you. What's it like?
Well, we'll hear the comments,
Yeah.
but I would think that it feels very frustrating.
Okay.
Because if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know where you're going.
Mm.
I think there's a saying of, if you don't know where you're going, everywhere, if you're on a bus and you don't know where the destination is, everywhere, every bus stop would look like you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't actually know where your destination is.
Yeah.
So when there's no direction, when there's no end goal, where there's no understanding of you're moving but why, it will be very frustrating. The journey could be a journey of 5-10 years.
Yeah.
But if you didn't know it's a journey of 5-10 years, by the time you're in year one, you're tired. Meanwhile, you could have been programming your mind that it's a journey of 10 years, have patience. It's a journey of 10 years, have patience.
Yeah.
And your heart would be able to work towards that, knowing that you're trying to get somewhere. So having a plan or the lack of a plan breeds frustration. It breeds arguments. It breeds feeling of this man doesn't know what he's doing, or what. Look at everybody else. Everyone else is achieving something. What are we achieving? Because there's no understanding of where we're going. Yeah. But if there is an understanding of where we're going, you can see everyone doing different things, and you're not moved because you know where you're going. This is a journey of 5 years. This is a journey of 10 years. Yeah. This is a journey of 15 years. You're taking it step by step. Yeah. I mean, things like there's loads of things that you have to take step by step, that it doesn't just happen overnight. Even having a baby takes 9 months. You can't get pregnant one day, by the next week you're delivering. It doesn't work like that. There are things that generally do take time. Yeah. But if you know, since it's a 9-month pregnancy, by month 6, you're not saying, oh, this baby should hurry up and come out, I'm wasted, all this happening, what's going on, all this thing is taking long. Or by week, what did I say, week 6 or month 6? Month 6. Okay, month 6. And the same way, you wouldn't be saying that in week 6, but if it's now nine months plus 2 days, then you'll be like, no, this thing should be happening now. This should have happened already, because you were expecting it. So there's a kind of expectation that comes when you've planned for something, and there's a kind of calming as well that will come for a woman. I think women, because we like to kind of know what's happening. I mean, you hear, oh, so what's happening? So what we doing? Because we just like to know, so that we know how to plug ourselves in. So if there is a plan and the woman understands it and knows it, then they'll plug themselves in. So I feel that the plan would be more achievable once known. I think that's why the scripture says, write the vision, make it plain, so that those that come know how to run with it. So there's a how and there's a running that comes. So the understanding and the moving comes with that vision and that plan being known. But if it's not, the people are now getting frustrated. Children will be frustrated. People feel like there's no progress. But maybe there was actually progress, but because it wasn't known, because it wasn't understood, it will feel as though no progress was made. But do jump on board, anyone that has
I think I mean, I think the things you've said, I can get it. Those of you who are online, please send in your comments. For those of you on Facebook, it's quicker for me and easier to pick out your comment. If you're commenting on the Pastor Moses GCF Facebook page, then we'll easily pick out the comments. I think we probably could pick from some of the other pages, but we won't be able to get it up on the screen. So maybe if you can
find some. Yeah,
find
I've got a very interesting comment by T Maximizing. She
Yeah.
said, "Wahala deo if the man is not planning."
I'll share we can put it up on the screen. On what platform is that? Okay, she's
That's
on the Faith
Facebook
Miracle Church.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Facebook page. Well, yeah, no, I think she's correct because it's amazing the things that people do, yeah, without planning. For example, you have some families where they are just producing children and there's no plan. There's no plan. It's always the blessing of the Lord. You have given birth to 3. 4 is the blessing of the Lord. 5, blessing of the Lord. 6, blessing of the Lord. And there is no plan on these children are going to grow one day.
All of them.
Yes, all of them.
Yeah.
They are going to grow one day. And when they grow, one room will not be enough for us. What is the plan?
Yeah.
They will go to university one day.
Yeah.
And then you arrive at the point of university and so, things are just there. Because my daughter just started university. She didn't just, you say just as though it's an accident. An unexpected thing that, yeah, you just stumbled into, So there are a lot of people who are living without plans. Yeah. They want pleasure without plan. I think that is the problem. Yeah. Pleasure without a plan is dangerous. Pleasure without a plan is dangerous. There's nothing wrong with having 10 children. Yeah. If there is a plan on how you are going to raise them and how the family and every child will have comfort. There's no problem. You can have as many if there is a plan. There is no problem with going to buy the most expensive television or owning the latest phone. It's not a problem. It's not the owning of the phone that is a problem. The problem is, what is the plan to live a life that befits people that carry that kind of phone? What is the plan? To be able to live and maintain a life that befits people that carries that kind of phone. Not that we just see you with that kind of phone, but when you look at other areas of your life, it does not match up. It does not match up. Then at that point, it's a pretentious life, if you like. So I think that the issue is not really with wanting things, it's with planning. And planning takes even for people who want to marry. Yeah. You want to marry as a lady. Yeah. You should be able to look at, okay, this man, what are his plans? Yeah. Now, and I don't mean plan of, some people just talk. Plan is not just, I plan to own my own business. I plan to, others are just talk. That is not planning.
So it's not wishful desires only. It's because it's wishing something,
yes,
desire, but it's not just that. It has to be movement. I need to see movement.
Yeah, practical steps. Yeah. There has to be practical. Okay, I want to own my own business. Part of my plan is to own my own business. That's good. So what are you doing now? Say, one day I will own my own business. One day you will not own your own business if you are not doing something right now. Because for every great thing that you want to become, yeah, there is a small thing you can do now that will get you eventually to that great thing. If you are not doing the small thing now, you will never get to that great thing. For every great thing you want to achieve or become, there is a small thing that you have the ability and capacity to do now. If you are not committed to that small thing, there is no way you cannot get to that great thing. So planning is not. You were going to say something.
No, I think I was going to say it's discipline.
Yeah.
People lack the discipline to stay on course for whatever it is that they want to achieve. I think it is self-discipline, putting yourself under, you know, the tunnel vision that I'm going to do this thing and it's going to take 2 years, it's going to take 1 year, it's going to take even 5 weeks. Some people, they go, there's short courses. There's like you're saying now, you can do something small to get to where it is that you want to do.
Yeah.
There's small courses, a lot of online free courses. If it's some sort of professional thing that you want to do, there's short courses that are, some of them are even free, that you can enroll yourself on. But to wake up to go to online to do it, some people don't even have that, but they want to become that very mighty thing later on. So it's that self-discipline.
There are some people also that are watching a lot of online courses, and it's to me, it's still not a plan. They are just watching. It's true. They are just watching all like about practical step. They are not taking any practical. They are watching it. It's not about it to any practical step. So for me, in my own approach of plan, it's not even watching online courses. There must be practical thing that you are doing. Practical. If I am saying now that, okay, for example, I'm going to, don't worry, babes, I have plans. I have plans for us. Our life will, the way some boys talk, I have plans. Don't worry. I'm going to own my own business and all of that. There should be, at least I should be able to see that this person who is going to own their own business tomorrow, is at least putting some money away. He's doing some work. He's working. He's putting money away. I can see his management of his fund. How can you manage a business fund if you can't manage your own personal funds? Your own personal funds is running into debt. Then you say overdraft, and you say you are going to own your own business one day, and we'll be millionaires. Others are just empty talk. As far as I'm concerned, I think this empty talk is wishful thinking. I think we're getting some comments.
So how do you come out potential special? So how do you come out of the wishful thinking and to the stage where you're now on the road or the path to what it is you want to achieve? How do you come out of just daydreaming to I'm now working towards my vision?
My vision. Okay, I think you have to start this way. First of all, let's try and let's bring it to somebody who is looking to get married.
Okay.
Whether it be a male looking to get married or a female looking to get married. You can't just jump into marriage, because you say, I like him, he likes me, I love him, he loves me. No. When we buy cars, we were both having that conversation the other day. When people buy cars, you can like a car. You can go on what's all this site? To look for a car. You see the car or this car, the way it's described, it's really nice. I like the car. You go there and it looks nice. But that's for a car. A car you can easily change. You will go and do what they call HPI check. You do HPI check. Sometimes you will take a mechanic, somebody who has knowledge of cars, with you to examine the car, the engine, the clutch and everything, and tell you that, well, this car, I have fear about the clutch, or I have fear about the engine. I don't think it's good. And you will listen. What they tell you
is what you follow.
Yes. If they say, oh, no, this car is great. If you buy it, you enjoy it. The engine is good. This is that. You will follow it and buy the car. If they say, I think it's overpriced, I think the car is not good, you will follow and you will not buy the car. But when it then come to marriage, something that is more, it has a bigger impact on your life than car. No HPI check. You will not do any HPI check. The people who are supposed to be, the advisors
for the profession,
or the professionals or people who have more knowledge than you, telling you that the way I'm checking this marriage or this person, the attitude,
the engine,
yes, which is the engine. I think that you are going to struggle tomorrow. It's not going to work. He said, no, you don't really know him. You don't really know him. Or you don't know her. You don't really know her, but I love him. The way I feel about him, the way I feel about her. Why don't you buy the car the way you feel about the car? That's a car that you can easily replace. You see the foolishness that the devil has put in people's mind, that the things that don't matter. We would take the soundest advice. You take scrutiny. Say, want to be saved. I don't want to buy a car that will be giving me problem. So I need somebody to give. Their marriage, which is a destiny matter. You will go on feelings alone. You will discard wise counsel. From that point, you're already somebody who has no plan. You have no plan to succeed. There are many people who feel that they have plans to succeed, but actually have zero or no plan to succeed. Zero or no plan to succeed. Because they will not, they will not take, the counsel or the checks that they will take on other things
that are insignificant and superficial. These things, they don't matter to your life. They don't add value to your destiny, should I say? They don't add value to your destiny. When we're talking about let's say obituaries and all that, they're not going to say, oh, here was the lovely lady who drove a whatever car.
No.
They say he was survived by this husband with these children or whatever. It's those people are the important things in your life.
In your life, yeah.
Yeah. So I think having because we're saying, how do you plan for it?
Yeah.
Planning for to marry the right person is helpful. Knowing what to look out for.
Yeah.
Is this person does this person have not psychotic behavior, but do they have questionable behavior? Do they do things that are I've just thought about it and I thought, I'm not sure about this one. This kind of behavior.
Even
do they get
property.
Angry, unnecessarily? Do they lash out? And when I think about it, like that pastor that killed his dear beloved wife, it was so sad, really sad. You just think, what kind of heart is this? Like, how can somebody do something like this? Were there signs before? Because it's like he's been beating her for a long time, and it's just pretentious. But were there signs before they married? Were they red flags that were ignored because of, oh, I feel he will change, or I love him and he will change, or there's just so many things that you just don't know where it went wrong. You're going to say something, sorry.
Yeah, no, I was saying that, I think that for me, I think one of the clearest signs of a person with a plan is that they are diligent to make a search, or to check, to diligent to make searches. And those searches are not necessarily from where they are seeking counsel. It's not from those who make them feel good. It's not the feel good people. It's those who have knowledge of what they are dealing with. Even when we buy properties, when people buy properties, you do searches. That searches that if I want to buy property today and you want to buy property today, you are not, the searches is not you going out to say, oh, look at the property. Of course, you are the one that finds the property. You look at the property. But when they say searches, Searches is what the solicitors will do to find out who actually owns the property. Are there any hidden issues? Because what you have seen is the cosmetic, is beautiful. Just like you find a guy you want to marry, you've seen the cosmetic and all that. There are those who can. So anybody who is diligent for checks to happen before they take is a sign of somebody who, first of all, has a plan to succeed. Has a plan to succeed and to have a successful marriage.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Because when you think about it, like in the example that you gave of a solicitor for a conveyance of property purchase, they're doing things like flood risk assessment.
Okay.
Is this area in a subsidence known area?
Okay.
Are they coal mines? So things that you that have happened hundreds of years before, they're looking to see, is there a risk? Not that will it happen or has it happened? Is there a risk?
Yeah.
So sometimes you'd have to even know, is there a risk of some potential issues that may rise up? Either issues that you can pray together over, you know, or issues that no, this is not something that we can, I can't flow with this. Because like, let's say, like what's this thing called? But family covenants, that kind of generational issues. That do people end up at some point mysteriously having an attack or mental health issues, or you need to know these things. What's in the what's underneath the surface, what's hidden, so that you'll know how to make the decision properly.
So that's with somebody who is looking to get married. Then when it comes to those who are already married, there has to be a blueprint plan for the family. It's very important, and everybody has to be in the know of the plan and where we are actually heading to. What you have with some men also is that you probably have some men who say, oh, I have a plan. Okay, share it. They can't share. Just wait. When my plan manifests, you, this woman, you will be happy. No. I don't think that, I don't know, but maybe the women would help me. I don't think that the woman necessarily wants the man to only you make the plan, only you execute, and all she just sees is the result. Is that what women want?
No, you want to be part of it all.
So she's ignorant of what the plan is. You say there's a plan. She's ignorant of what the plan is. She's ignorant of the what do you call it now? She's ignorant of the process to achieving the plan, and she's also ignorant. You just want her to say, she may eventually actually see the result, but I think that she cannot feel safe. She'll probably be on the edge. I can see one of the platforms here, Sister Ify saying he could get one at the edge, and most time the woman would generate one and run with it. That's how the wahala starts. So that where there is where the man does not have a defined plan that everybody can plug into, he can put everybody on the edge, and then before long, the woman feels there's no plan in this family, we're not going anywhere. She would then generate her own plan.
And that's when all of a sudden, mysteriously, there was a plan that can be spoken about. Why couldn't the plan be spoken about before? So it makes the woman feel, okay, there was no plan, but now because I'm suggesting something or running with something because you're awfully quiet on this. Now all of a sudden it's as if we're competing. I don't understand. We're trying to go to the same place. We're trying to achieve the same thing. But you're not forthcoming. So I felt that instead of us all being quiet on this, let's start with something. I don't know, is that an ego thing? Is that something that a man now feels, oh well, how dare you, because I'm the person that should have brought the plan up? Or is it because, like I said, for a woman, we like to plug ourselves and be doing something. We like to know where we're going. We like to understand what's going on. So if the Bible says, live with the woman with understanding. If a man understands, a woman needs to know what is happening. So that means what?
For her to feel safe.
Yes, for her to feel safe and for her to feel as if we're doing something.
Wow.
So that means be talking to her, telling her what you're doing. So, for example, if a man was saying, okay, he's thinking without vocally saying it, I think it's time that we buy a property. Yeah, the man is thinking it, or he has not spoken one word to the woman. Then the woman, without knowing that that's the plan, unspoken plan, she's now, seeing some things that are good for the house, that are essential and necessary. Maybe there was a sofa, for example, that was on sale, and for what, this
and
is
women,
probably
women know where all the sales are. That is
yeah, no, but I'm talking about these are essential things, not
I know what you're
shoes
saying.
and handbags and
Yeah.
dresses. So these are.
It's this sales.
It's still the same 4-letter word, SALE. It's still sale. Sale is sale. Okay, so let's say she now the sofa is broken, it's in pieces, and maybe it's a fabric sofa, so and there's children, they've destroyed it with food and with all kinds of stains, and she saw this sofa that they can afford, and maybe it's like a last minute deal that if she doesn't buy it there and then it's not gonna she's not going to be able to get it. So she thinks, you know what, let me go and buy it. At least it will be good for the house, it's good for the family, it's good for. So she has a good intention. He also has a good intention. Both of them have not spoken about this intention. So when she now comes with the sofa, or the sofa's being delivered, then he's now thinking, why are you buying a sofa? Or what's going on here? We didn't discuss this. Oh, don't you know that we have plans? That's the first. Don't you know we have plans? We're having to buy a property. We're trying to buy a property. That's the first that she's hearing of
it. Yeah.
So
you had a plan in your head.
Yeah. Why didn't you speak about it?
Communicated.
You have a plan of buying a property. That's a good plan. So you wanted us to be saving? I didn't know this. If I knew that you wanted us to be saving, then I wouldn't be spending. So having that understanding, like I said, live with a woman with understanding. If you know that she needs that vocal utterance of what you're planning, or what you think the family should be doing, or where the family should be going, or in the next 5 years we need to be a little tighter with our money so we can save, because we need to be here and here by that time, then she's going to plug in. But if you don't say it, she's finding things to do.
Okay, so I think we've been able to, from all the discussion and the comments that we have received, not many comments today, unless maybe they're on the other platforms that I can't pick up. I think people are just enjoying us talking. So we know that planning is important. We know that communicating the plan is important. So to the question then, how do you plan for it? So how do you plan for it? I would just maybe say a few things. I think the first thing really is to set a goal. So assuming it's a family, assuming it's a couple, the couple come together and set a goal. So by setting a goal, I mean saying, okay, let's use an example. We need to buy a car. Yeah? We need to buy a car. So our desire or our goal is to buy a car. So that's the goal. The next question is how? How do we go about putting ourselves in a position to buy the car? Because the fact that we say we need to buy a car does not mean that we should then go to the car showroom tomorrow morning. because we may not actually be in a position to buy the car today. Agreed, there are some people who are in that position where, oh, this evening I could just say, I think we need a new car. And tomorrow morning they can go and buy a car. It is their financial position, which obviously plan over years has brought them to. But maybe you are not there. So we need to buy a car. And then the question is how? How do we? And then you can then look at if it's because this is not a financial decision. You can ask, okay, we need to look at our finances and ask ourselves, with our present incoming and outgoing, are we in a position to buy a car today? The answer may be no or yes. But if the answer is no, then what can we do to put ourselves in a position where we are then able to buy the car? The two people can say, okay, there are a few things maybe we need to cut out. There are some funds we need to put together. And this is how. So it's clear to both. So that tomorrow morning when you wake up and you are doing something, everybody has been part of that thinking process, knows the goal, and knows that this is what we want to achieve. It then makes sense. In the same token, also, so that's a car, because I'm looking at how. Because somebody's probably like, okay, how? I just want to look at it practically. Okay, we want to, what is our goal with children, having children? Oh, I was the only child of my parents. So I would like to have a lot of children. So my parents will have a lot of grandchildren. So maybe we need like 6 children. Okay, there's nothing wrong with having 6 children. 6 children, how do we go about them? It's not just by sleeping together and getting pregnant and delivering 6 children. No, there is a lot that comes around having 6 children. So you then ask yourself, okay, if we are going to have 6 children, then we need a house of how many bedrooms? We have to ask ourselves that. Okay, so by the time the 6 children are here, how many bedroom house would we need for us to be able to adequately raise 6 children? So we need S amount of bedrooms to raise 6 children. Even if we want to pair them 2 per room, we still need 3 bedrooms for the children, 1 bedroom for ourselves. So we need a minimum of what? A 4 bedroom. Okay. So to have a 4 bedroom house, we're not going to have the 6 children in one day, unless God does a miracle that the first pregnancy just becomes multiple.
Some people.
So to have a 4 bedroom house, what does a 4 bedroom house cost in the city that we are living in? Because I don't think that you want to have 6 children and then be on a rented 4 bedroom house, because the responsibility of those 6 children, one day those 6 children will have mobile phones that the contract will be on you. You have to think of those things. They will go to university and all that. So you must sit down and map out a plan. So, okay, this is where we are now. How do we get ourselves there? So planning for 6 children is not just planning for bedroom action. No. As I said, no, we need to be trying. We said we're going to have 6 children. This, that. That one is not planned. That is just pleasure that is moving you. It's true. That's not planned. You don't even need plan for that one to have children. And some people are just moved by their passion. Their passion without a plan. There has to be a plan to back up your passion. There has to be a plan to back up your passion. Where you have passion that there is no plan to back it up, you will deliver a catastrophic situation that will now look like, the witches in your village or that. But sometimes maybe they don't even have a hand in it. So it depends on, so when you say, how do you plan? The first thing is, okay, what is the goal? This is the goal. Let the goal be clear to everybody. Once the goal is clear, the question is then, to achieve this goal, what would we need to do? So it's clear to everybody. So the next time you are by your wife or you are by your husband, so honey, I want more babies, and you are just touching them. This, that, that. No, it's true. They understand, okay, yeah, we can have more babies, and all of that. Because they feel safe in their head. There is a plan for these more babies. Not that, these children, as they are just growing up. Because sometimes I have some women that are, I just want a baby. I just want a baby. Can we just, have one more? I mean, one is not too much. One can be a crowd when there's no plan for it. That is the truth. One can be a crowd and can set the whole family back when there is no vital plan for it. So
I think that's why they call it family planning.
Yes. Family, it's true. To help you put control, and so that you know what you are doing. Yeah.
So I think basically we need to be able to have the future in mind and work towards it, make steps that would achieve that. It doesn't have to be big steps, but make steps and tangible steps that you can see and that are achievable, not like mighty big leaps and jumps, unrealistic steps. Just be practical. What can you do? What can you achieve? How can you get there realistically and work towards that? I think with having children and that, a lot of people, if you don't know, especially the upper class and a certain race, as soon as a child is born, they have trust funds.
Yeah.
They open up trust funds for the children and put something aside every month so that the child, by the time they get to a certain age or when they get into university, that trust fund pays for their university.
Yeah.
So I'm talking every month from the day they were born. Some families and certain type of people usually do that.
Yeah.
So like you're saying, when she's just gone to university, or that university fee and living expenses and all the rest of it is being gathered over many years. If a child is going to university at 18, you actually literally have 18 years potentially to plan towards that. But if it's by the time the child has finished college at the age of 17, that you're now starting to think of the university, or 17, 18, whatever, you're now starting to think of the university fees, it's obviously going to be a pressure for you. So it's not that we cannot see or know that something is going to happen. It's just our preparedness towards it either puts us at an advantage or a disadvantage.
Yeah.
And I think that's really the truth. So if there's some things that we know that are going to happen in our lives one day, maybe write them down and then start making steps towards them. Little steps. Like I said, it doesn't have to be major, and start making steps towards them. Like we've got three children, so we believe and trust God that they're going to go to university and beyond. So what steps are we making towards that?
Yeah.
What steps? Just the bare essentials.
Yeah.
Are we making towards anything that we're trying to achieve?
And I think sometimes too, believers are probably, I don't know whether this statement is 100% correct, but because I was going to say that most believers are more maybe guilty of this when they just, because a lot of believers, because we believe in miracles, we believe in miracles, people just believe that something, it will suddenly just happen. It will suddenly just happen. There's nothing wrong with, there's nothing wrong with believing that and, believing for the sudden move of God. But I mean, you have to think of God. The Bible says that He's our Father. So if you as a parent, your son never makes a plan for his life. He's always believing on your sudden move to rescue them. Yeah, think about it that way. You have a son, you have a daughter, you are raising. They never make a plan. They are going out they have no plan on how they will come back. So when they go out, when it's then midnight and they are stranded about 15 miles away from home, no money to come back, then they'll call you. Oh, daddy, you know, I'm just and then they believe your sudden move to come and pick them up. They never make a plan. How would you as a parent feel? So when believers, because a lot of believers have no tangible plans and how they are working towards it, because we just believe in the miraculous sudden move of God. Yes, we have seen the sudden move of God. I pray for people and the sudden move happened. But I don't think that it takes away from the fact that God also wants you to be able to use your brain and intelligence to work out a plan. It gives him pleasure as a father to see that this my son, this my daughter, even though they know that I can come to their rescue, I can see that they have a plan of how they can systematically achieve this thing. So they become part of the process. When everything that happens in your life, everything is unexplainable. Everything is unexplainable because there was no process to it. It was all sudden move, sudden move, sudden move, sudden move. It's a sign of lack of maturity on your own part, because God will intervene. And I think God will even do more when he can see that you have the capacity to develop a plan and walk the plan to the end. So I think as believers, let us not mistake the sudden move of God, for our mental laziness. Let us not mistake the sudden move of God for our lack of planning. Let's not do that, because at the end of the day, you become handicapped. God is a God of sudden. I'll give you an instance. When I was to go into university in the UK, I was given a scholarship, by a couple. But even though that scholarship was in place, I made a plan that every financial year, before the next, when I'm in first year, I start saving money towards my second year, just in case the person who made the promise does not fulfill their promise. It will not now suddenly make me drop out of school. No, it will not make me drop out of school. So I made a plan, and trust me, before first year finishes, my fees for the second year, I already had it. So whether that person came through with their promise or they didn't come through with their promise is of no consequence. Do you understand? So there are people who have no plan. I say, well, it's okay. I know this promise is that. Then at that point, you start running around. Oh, this person who promised me, they are dragging their feet. I don't know. You create unnecessary tension, quarrel, pressure, and all of that. So I had no time to use my brain for those kind of worry. So God is a God of sudden move, a God of miracle, a God who can you can wake up tomorrow morning and God has given you an entire street as your properties. God can do that. He can do it easily. You wake up tomorrow morning and God has established all your children. He can do that. But that same God, he gave you brain, and as a father who is ready to do every and anything for your children, you still want to see that they can take their initiative, take responsibility to map out planning on how to get to things. So that is where many believers are failing. Make the plan and let God interrupt the plan by producing a sudden move. It's good. It does not abdicate you from making the plans. I think we're going to be stopping soon because of time.
Okay. I was enjoying listening. I'm sure. I hope many of you were also. I was hearing from the man with the plan himself. When we were getting ready to marry and stuff, I used to always say to him, one of the things I love about you is that you're a man with a plan. A man with a plan. You don't understand. I just love plans, and I think it's helped us as well, to be able to gel and really, come together as that united.
And with our plans, we've seen God come through.
Yeah, we've seen God's hand.
Sometimes God will fast forward. You thought, okay, this thing we plan for it will take so. God will just fast forward it.
Yeah,
but
or change things,
move things
laws,
around.
And all kinds of stuff that it would just fast track it and make it better. But I think ultimately we have to also realize that our God himself is a master planner.
Yeah.
He is the master planner. And if we carry his DNA as his children, we too should be planners.
Yeah.
We cannot be children of God and don't plan. He plans everything. Everything about us is planned.
Seasons are planned.
Everything. Everything. I mean, even if you just look at Genesis chapter 1, the whole creation story, everything was planned. Every single thing. He didn't just say, oh, let's put animals now. Oh no, hold on, we haven't put the water yet. Okay, no, animals go. Water come first. Oh, we haven't put the light and day. Oh no, water go. Light and day come.
That's disaster. Oh, we didn't consider this. There was no time God said, we created the fishes, but we've not created the river, no water. No.
So, everything was planned and lined up. And just know it, if the day that you start to plan, if you're not already, and for those that are planning, you will now see things will be moving seamlessly. One step after the other, things will just be moving. So I really do encourage everyone to be people that plan. Take account of the details of things. Don't just overlook some things. Then as well as that, just like we're saying, if you want to buy a car, you do an MOT. If you want to buy a house, you do searches, you hire solicitors, you hire surveyors, you hire all kinds of people, valuation survey, all kinds of people, just to see whether what you're getting is the good thing. So the same way
people have more knowledge in that area, consult with them.
They
will give you advice.
Exactly. The same way you listen to the advice of others with the experience, with the knowledge, with the expertise, do also make sure to listen to people that have such knowledge, experience, and understanding. People are not out to get you. Nobody is out to say, oh, we don't want you to marry, so we're just going to give you bad advice, advice that you don't want to hear. It's not bad advice. We're being honest with you. This character and so forth, if it's not dealt with, we feel that it's going to be a challenge. That's something to take note of. If you took somebody with you to buy a car, this clutch, the way it's moving so stiff, I think you're going to have a problem. So you'll take that advice. So do listen to those that are around you and those that you have invited to help you in one area or the other, because they are there for your good. And don't feel as if people are out to get you. Nobody's out to get you. We just, people want to help. So
and you said the plan should also go with actions. So like we said, it's daydreaming if there is no action. As a matter of fact, it's not a plan if there is no action. It's a desire. It's not a plan if there's no action. That's why I said before that it is not just the fact that that for the great things to happen, there is the small things that you have capacity to do now. So it is in the doing of those small things. Not waiting. I'm just waiting for everything to line up, then I will do something. No. Until you start doing, you have no plan. Until you start doing, just know that you have no plan. You are daydreaming. It is only a plan when it has enough force to make you start doing something now. That's when it qualifies to be called a plan. It is only qualified to be called a plan when it has enough force that pushes you to start doing something towards it from now. So when you are not doing anything towards it, you are just talking like some men or some women say, oh, I have these plans. You have no plan, my dear. You have zero plan because you are not doing anything. You're not doing anything.
Help your home as well. For those that are help your home, especially as the man, because you're the leader. Help those that are under you that you're leading to see your leadership.
Yeah.
Help them know that they're going somewhere, and plug. I keep on saying plug yourself in. It's like you can't put square pegs in round holes. It doesn't fit. So help them fit in. Instead of trying trial and error, let me try and see if I can do it myself because nothing's happening on your end. Just help the home to be moving in a direction that everybody wants it to move in.
Well, guys, we are going to have to leave you this evening. I hope you got something from the conversation.
I hope so too.
And I hope it was a blessing. It may just be a line that has spoken to you, but that will probably all that you need to shift the dimensions of your life, and to set yourself, your family, and your home on a good path. Remember, tomorrow morning, we will be back on the Anzan Privé platform. Our focus tomorrow is I am blessed and prosperous as we conclude on this week of financial breakthrough. So please ensure to join us. We have received a lot of testimonies today. I mean, we were both having a conversation like, there's like a floodgate of miracles and testimony.
God does these things suddenly still.
Yes,
we do serve a God of suddenly. So.
Amazing. We're both having a conversation today. It's like a floodgate of testimonies and miracles literally pouring in from everywhere, different parts of the world. And we are grateful to God. I would share some of them tomorrow morning. God helping us with time. I would ensure to share some tomorrow. But join us 6 a.m. tomorrow morning for the Anzion Prevail prayers, and we believe your testimony will be the next. We're trusting that your home will be better. Amen. We're trusting that those who are looking to get married, you have gotten something from this that would help you even in planning towards your future. And we trust that the grace of God will be with you. We love you guys. Always a pleasure for us to be with you. I mean, when we finish now, still feel free to share the broadcast, host a watch party, and
thumbs up on YouTube.
On YouTube, very important. Please try and do that. And God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
God bless you. We love you guys. Bye.